So, and we'll be brief on this piece of news because we're just three people sitting on the sidelines that don't really know much of
Exactly.
anything. But the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA, that's how come we spell one and then we don't spell the other one? Anyways, they are on strike. The WGA has been on strike for over 70 days since May the 12th, I believe. And SAG-AFTRA, who is the Actors Guild, they just went on strike, I believe, on Wednesday or Thursday. Like it was during the Oppenheimer premiere in London,
Yeah,
where
because
the
people
actors,
left.
yeah, the actors
Yeah,
left.
to their credit, it was
Yeah.
most of the cast, right?
You know, I don't think Christopher Nolan will ever get a regular movie premiere now since Tenet.
Yeah.
I think he's done. I think he had his movie premieres the way they were. You know, he expects them, and now they'll just be plagued with other stuff. Um, but the main crux of this is that they're striking because they want better deals, and the studios are not playing ball. They have to go back to what we're talking about with Bob Iger. Like they're just being really, really stupid. That's the best way I can put it. The studios are being both stupid and greedy. Maybe they're not being stupid. They're just being greedy, and they're saying stupid stuff to justify their greed. Um, but you know these people just want to be paid fairly, and I think one of the big things that I've seen online is like, why should I care about these millionaires? Like, you shouldn't. You
Yeah,
should care about the working class actors
Right.
that's just like not everyone's Robert Downey Jr. Not everyone is Chris Hemsworth. Like, and they're out there too. They're doing stuff, and I've seen them put out messages and stuff. But not everyone is those people that are getting paid the millions to be in these franchises. A lot of
Someone
them.
made the. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say a lot of them include all the way to background actors,
Yeah.
stunt performers, puppeteers, voice actors. Like all those people are part of the this whole thing, right? As well as the writers that write all those things
Yep.
that are being nickel and dimed at every deal now because you don't have a network show that's like 22 episodes a season anymore. Like it's all going to streaming and all that. Like there's a lot of stuff that, and now the whole thing with AI as well, where the shittiest thing I heard was that studios want to pay a background actor a one-time appearance, and then that they want to own the likeness of you. If can you imagine any
and
job?
it's only $200. Like that's
Yeah,
all.
right.
that's the
So
minimum.
they would own your digital copy that they could put anywhere in any film for any reason. So they could put you in porn.
Or if later on you did become a bigger actor, like
Yeah.
they could still use your
They can
likeness
still use you,
in
right?
ways that you don't intend.
Yeah.
Signing away anything of your personal like being for any job for in perpetuity
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
no matter what industry you're working on. Can you imagine if you ever worked at a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we now own your likeness forever, whether you keep working here or not, for marketing or whatever." Like when we'll put your face in the little robot servers now that are running around serving people. Like that is ridiculous.
Well, McDonald's now has a policy you can't quit. Like they have, like you have to. Yeah, like quitting is a thing that they want. The manager will work it out with you or try to work it out with you. It was a policy that got posted. I saw on Reddit this week. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
You can't quit, bitch.
you
Watch
can't-
me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that burger ain't gonna flip on its own. Fuck you.
Right. Yeah.
Fix your shake machine.
I guess not every state is an at will employment state either. That's a different
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah,
a big
'cause that's
deal.
like Texas, and
Right.
it sucks because it's a shithole policy.
It is.
That's
And-
why you don't need to give a place 2 week notice. They don't give a fuck about you. Anyway, sorry, Josh.
Yeah,
Well, no, I mean,
workers rise up.
Yeah, it makes it really hard as well in an at-work state like Texas because it has this chilling effect where they say, well, you can't organize. Legally, you can organize. You can't strike. And that's the weird thing. It's for instance, at my institution, I am president of our faculty association. We are basically a union in everything but name, right? And because of how the at-work kind of state rights work. Anyway, regardless, I heard the same thing about like controlling like a background actor's image, and that was the tipping point for me. I mean, I was always on board with like the writer's strike and the SGA when they struck, and huge props to Fran Drescher for an amazing speech.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing not just because it was powerful, but because she made sure to make it about all of us as workers, right? It wasn't just Hollywood, which was, I think, brilliant.
And I'm glad she kind of came around. I know at first it looked like leadership at SAG was not fully on board with striking.
Really interesting.
So like a bunch of actors had to put together like a letter to circumvent leadership a little bit. Looks like they're all kind of aligned in a vision now.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't have a lot to say. I will say, don't complain about like not getting new shows or TVs or delays. That's ridiculous, because ultimately it's about the workers' rights and not just like actors and writers. It's about everyone. Because
exactly.
all this technology is not just going to affect, this industry. It affects every industry.
And I mean, we don't know where entertainment's going to be in 10 years. I mean, so even if they sign agreements for streaming rights, in 10 years, they may have to strike for hologram rights.
Right.
I mean, it may get so advanced in technology, you just have to be able to plan for the compensation if your show is still running. Because if you look back on TV, a lot of rerun stuff that was put into syndication never had deals for those people that made it. So it was essentially a company could buy it and profit off of it. And so now when people go, well, wait a minute, I don't understand. They're pulling shows from streaming services. It's because the streaming service deems it unprofitable to pay for the license of it. And so that's why you're seeing some of these streaming services offering, like HBO is offering up their shows to Netflix. I saw Insecure available on there for streaming. So they're already starting to sell out to other places to make even more money. First of all, fuck HBO, or Max or whatever it's called. Pirate all their shit, because that guy is a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
Yeah, they've canceled a lot of really great cartoons and shows on that channel that
almost tanked Turner Classic Movies.
Almost tanked it. Yeah, I mean, it took 3 millionaire directors to go and say, "Hey, this is history. We have to save it." Right. So, and I was looking to see, like, what. Bob Iger makes $27 million annually. He's worth $350 million. And and I know he was part of the executives that have said, we're going to wait it out until these people lose their homes. Fuck you. Fuck you and your money. Eat the rich, rise up workers.
I saw some figures that the average writer makes about $64K a year. Bob Iger makes $74K a day. So don't feel like it.
And what's the best movie he's ever put out?
Yeah, the weird, and he's the one that came back to like fix things. That's the worst part, that he's the better of the two Bobs.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, he's the more profitable of the two.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, that's now to bounce off both your points. First off, Danny, that's such a good point you made earlier, because we need to support this. We can't get upset when we're tired of watching reruns. There isn't anything new, because this is the first action against these AI tools. Mm-hmm. They're going to come for every profession that we're in, right? I'm already seeing it in my area.
Yeah.
And so it's replaced customer service.
Yeah. So it's like we need to support this, because we need to start having these fundamental reactions to the changing nature, right, of how this tech is affecting every industry. And then to your point, Clay, did you guys see Sean Gunn's interview on the picket line? That was fascinating.
Yeah, because he did Gilmore Girls, and he makes nothing from it still, and it's one of the highest streamed series on Netflix right now.
But what I found interesting about it is he primarily only blames Netflix. He never blames Warner Brothers, who is the studio that originally produced Gilmore Girls, right? And I guess presumably, did they sell all the rights to it to Netflix when they made the new series?
It might have been with them, so it might be like a Marvel deal where maybe it expires after a while.
I just found it intriguing that he was directing his ire legitimately, but only at Netflix as like the streaming bugaboo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
they're
mean,
kind of the beginning of the
it
machine.
also
Yeah.
I don't think they showed what the question specifically was. Maybe there was more.
Oh, that's good.
I
That's
don't.
good.
But to kind of close out the segment and move on to other things, I want us to. I'll let the man say it the best himself. Ron Perlman on the show, everyone. Welcome,
Oh
Ron
boy.
Perlman.
Thank you, Ron.
Welcome, Ron
Let's do
Perlman.
it.
Let's see if this is in response to that comment of like let the writers run out of money and stuff.
He's got a
One
scary
thing.
face on.
Yeah, so here
Before I get off this, the motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial, some of it is karma, and some of it is just figuring out who the fuck said that. And we know who said that, and where he fucking lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 fucking million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of shit that stirs shit up. Peace out.
that is
Bob
the type
Iger?
of- no, that
I
was
think that was. Oh yeah.
that's the type of energy you need to bring to fight for workers' rights and your rights
Mhm.
as a person. So thank you, Ron Perlman. Thanks for calling in. God,
That was more of his character from Drive.
Yeah.
that was his character from Alien Resurrection.
How do I what's that service you can pay famous people
Cameo?
to work? Cameo. Can I get a cameo of him just calling me a motherfucker? Because I would really like
He
that.
might be. Also, I read online and I saw that Cameo is any money that a lot of these actors and writers make from Cameo, it's going towards their pension funds and all that.
Awesome.
That they've made a deal with.
Oh, that's
I don't know if
great.
it's just for the strike or for now.
Or
And
just
like I
in
said,
general.
this is a lot of third-party diluted information. So please go check out all of these resources yourself. You can check their official websites too to like how to help out if you're so inclined or if you're able to. Because like I said, UPS is about to go on strike on August 1st, I believe, the UPS workers.
Yeah.
So this Chloe's on strike. Shit.